Hey folks, Lance with the Becoming Company. Happy Friday and happy Halloween. Because it's Friday, I wanted to have a little fun. If you've been to my website, becomingcompanies.com, you might have seen an image of a Rubik's Cube. And in addition to being an amazing puzzle from the 1980s, it actually serves another purpose. In fact, a friend of mine recently asked Lance, what's up with the cube? So I thought, let's talk about it. This is a great metaphor for the path of becoming that correlates to the growth process that I take people through. Now, don't worry, I'm not going to ask anybody to solve a Rubik's Cube when you come see me. But it's a symbol, you know? Think about this. If you ever look at a cube, you can only see 3 sides of a cube at one time. And that is a lesson in perspective. It's how life works too, you know? We usually can see like what's right in front of us, and we can see the parts of our story that are affecting us, you know, on a conscious level. But just like this cube, we can't see the back side of it without help or without shifting our perspective. These hidden sides, they represent our unconscious mind, the deeper layers of the self with a capital S that quietly influences how we think and feel and act. And that brings us to another layer of the metaphor. We can see 3 sides, right? 3 sides. And when I work with clients, we explore these things as the body, the mind, and the soul. And we connect them to that triad when I help people. There's another triad. It's the individual, the community that we live in, and the greater good. And these conscious triads help us understand ourselves, our relationships, and the world around us. And we can see how those perspectives help us align our sense of purpose in life. Now, if you've ever looked closely at a cube, you'll notice something. The centerpieces never move. Red is always next to white, which is beside green, which is opposite of, that's next to orange. White is opposite to yellow. That's the design. It's built that way. These centers, they don't move. They represent our values. No matter how much life twists and turns us, if we've defined and understood our values, our core values, we can find stability and confidence, especially when we're experiencing chaos and change. So to solve a cube, which I will not do here because I don't want to embarrass myself, I can do it in about a minute, but that's kind of boring to watch. But you have to understand how one move affects another, right? Cubers call these algorithms, and they're patterns that show how each turn interacts with the rest. At first, the moves, they feel awkward and confusing, but over time you start recognizing the patterns. You can turn the cube with more confidence and recognize the cause and effect, what one move will cause, how one move will affect the other side, right? That's the real lesson here, right? We all have patterns in our lives. Some of them are healthy, some of them not so much. Watch how much candy you eat tonight. Some we're aware of, and some we're not aware of. So most people can't just pick up a cube and solve it intuitively. They need guidance and instruction and practice, and just like personal growth, right? The path of becoming works the same way. Once you start recognizing the patterns in your own life, you begin to understand the nature of your puzzle, how life may have scrambled you. You can start turning with more intention, right? So here's your reflection today. What in your life might one small turn, a single shift in perspective, change everything else? If that question hits home, or if you'd like help discovering the patterns that have shaped you, that might have scrambled your own cube, visit becomingcompanies.com. Start your path of discovery, path of becoming, and let me help you understand and align the puzzle that is you. I'm Lance with the Becoming Company. Enjoy your weekend, and thanks.